All right.
Captain showed us why she is the queen of the Zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to manage profit and loss. And pretty soon you too can zoom like a boss. But Captain showed us why she is the queen of the Zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to manage profit and loss. And pretty soon you too can zoom like a boss. But Captain showed us why she is the queen of the Zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to manage profit and loss. And pretty soon you too can zoom like a boss. But Captain showed us why she is the queen of the Zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to manage profit and loss. And pretty soon you too can zoom like a boss. But Captain showed us why she is the queen of the Zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to manage profit and loss. And pretty soon you too can zoom like a boss. But Captain showed us why she is the queen of the Zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to manage profit and loss. And pretty soon you too can zoom like a boss. But Captain showed us why she is the queen of the Zoom. How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to manage profit and loss. And pretty soon you too can zoom like a boss. But Captain showed us why she is the queen of the Zoom. How can you turn...
Woo! How you doing? Oh boy, it was so not funny. I had a hard time just trying to get something done on here, and it wasn't working. You know, technology. Sometimes it's your best friend, sometimes it's not. But let me just do a full face real quick. So you're like, here's the full face. How you doing? Oh my goodness, how you guys doing? Fabulous. I see you. Come on in. Come on in. My apologies for being late. Had a little bit of a technology issue, but I came on in, so that's why I was sweating before. So, like, where's the sweat from? That's where it was from before. But I got something really cool to share with you today. I really do. Okay, good. So here's a challenge for those of you that are on my text list. You can text me and I can see your text right now. Okay. You can literally text me live and I can see your text. So that way, if you're asking me questions, hey, Bridget, then I'm able to see it. Dawn says, tell me, good. So I'm looking here today, if you're in my Zoom text room, okay? I'm also looking at those of you that are checking me out over in my favorite Facebook group, which you can find by going to what? Zoom2grow.com. Again, that's Zoom2grow.com. Okay, I think my microphone is going crazy. See what the deal is. Okay, good. All right. That's just weird. Thank you. Oh, Carolyn. Hey, Carolyn, you're on Facebook? Great. See, I told you. I didn't even realize that my real microphone was not clicked. I tell you, sometimes I'm so busy like working on the content because I just want to make sure that it's clear what I'm trying to get you to do, that it delays everything else. But anyway, I'm happy to be here. So please tell me hi. If you're in the group, you can put that under my live. Hey, Carolyn, I see you. Cool. So if you're here, you have an opportunity to be a part of this live because I'm going to ask you a question. You ready? You guys ready for the question? Thank you, Carolyn. I love her. Carolyn Quinton. Yes. I love her. She's talking to me. She's telling me everything looks fabulous. Thank you, my dear. Here's a question I have for you. How do you use your Zoom waiting room right now? I want to know, how do you use it right now? Like, why do you use it? I want to know why, not even how, why? Why do you use it? Why even waste your time setting up a Zoom waiting room? And for those of you that are like, what? What's a Zoom waiting room? Hold tight. I'll answer that in a second. But I want to know from you. So you can either text me live here. Here's the number to my text. Text me live your answer. 91. Oh, that's so fun. They do that on Watch What Happens Live. That's so cool. Anyway, come back, Marquesa. 917-724-8462. Text me to 917-724-8462 to tell me how, no, not how, why do you use the Zoom waiting room? Okay. And then if you're in my zoomtogrow.com Facebook group, posted right underneath that live video. It's got to be right in that section so I can quickly see it. Okay, so let me see what answers I have. Here we go. Let me see what answers I have coming in. Thank you. So let me know why you use Zoom meeting room. Okay, so while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead because I have some awesome slides that I'm going to share with you, but it's going to be very interesting because I'm going to pull in a slide in the 11th hour. But before I do that, I like to update you. I don't like to just go right into business. Oh my goodness. All right, first things first. I'm waiting like all of you on this commercial, okay? Hopefully I'll know sooner than later. They did say end of July, potentially early August. I can barely sleep waiting on this thing. So if y'all see it before I do, let me know. But it's still coming. Those darn production people. All right, let me get that out of the way. Another thing I want to get out of the way is I think I'm finally starting to settle back in after spending 10 days, not 3, not 5, but 10 days approximately, travel days included, in LV. Las Vegas. Well, one travel day is included because I spent like the whole last day and then I flew out. So 10 days in LV. And I hung out, or spent time, I should say. I don't know if the word is hung out, at the Venetian, Caesar's Palace, and some other hotel I can't remember right now. I had some good time with my mommy. We got on the gondola. I ate everything from steak to chicken to all kinds of things. And here's a little thing. I gained 4 pounds. Yes, I did. And then I took it right back off. Thank you, New and Weight Watchers. Gotcha. So just wanted to update you on my latest so you can see kind of what's going on. And thank you again for just tuning in, checking me out. I do get your messages. I do go back and look at your comments. And if you're wondering, where are you live streaming right now? I am live streaming on my personal Facebook page, my business Facebook page, my Zoom Like a Boss, which I call Leveraging Zoom to Grow Your Business Facebook page, which is a group, and YouTube. So about 4 different places. And I'm happy to say that I'm going to add a couple of two more before when I get a chance. Okay. When I get a chance. But right now I'm just trying to breathe. I guess I could tell you this. Soon enough, I will be doing LinkedIn Live. It only took a zillion years, but I finally got approved for LinkedIn. So I will be on LinkedIn. I don't know if it'll be in conjunction with this. It depends. You know, it's his own world. So I will be on LinkedIn, which is cool. I'm also going to be on Amazon Live, which will be kind of cool. So I can tell you why not. So stay tuned for how and when and where and what and all that good stuff. Okay. Okay. Well, I hope you guys are Zooming like a boss out there, doing your thing. One quick note. I enjoyed you so much, my Zoom Enterprise members. These are individuals that hold the VIP Zoom license. And you can find out about information for the Zoom VIP license by going to, I know yet another domain. How do I remember these? Zoomtoincome.com. So that's Zoom, T-O, INCOME.com. You can go there and find out. But thank you. I met with them on Friday. We had a powwow. It was amazing. It was fabulous to see what they're doing with their license. Oh my goodness. I'm just blown away. I have one member, Gerald, who's on LinkedIn. And I think he has, how many did you say, Gerald? I think 6,000, somewhere like that, people in his community that he's built on LinkedIn that he leverages on Zoom. And in order to kind of keep up with the volume that he has and all the little tricks he likes to do, especially the 100 breakout rooms, y'all, 100 breakout rooms instead of 50. He is using that. So he kind of did his thing. We also had Orlando, who is my client in Canada, fellow professional speaker, who uses it to just, I don't know, motivate kids all over the world. And he literally showed us his office. So it's a big deal. So guys, don't miss out. Don't pay Zoom hundreds of dollars a month when you can pay them a lot less by going to zoomtoincome.com. All right, so let's get busy. So I did ask a question. Let me see how many of you guys answered my question, which was, how do you, oh, I see you, Bridget. I see you, Bridget. She's like, approve me, approve me. I see you, my dear. How are you using, oops, sorry about that. How are you using Zoom? Oh, I see you, Rakita, one of my superstars. I see you, Kenyatta. Okay. How are you using your Zoom waiting room right now? Or why are you using it? Okay, guys. So let me get into my content. So I got to bring it in a very unique way. Okay. So as you can see right now, I'm in the corner. Hi. Okay. But in order for me to stay on point and target, I need to pull up my little slide. And I think it just makes your life a little bit easier. You can follow me better. Okay. So let me just pull this up real quick. Boom. Let me see something. Okay. I'm going to pull her up so I can tell you exactly what's going on with waiting room. Now, why am I talking about this today? Waiting room, guys, has, well, Zoom has made a lot of changes, but I believe, hello, I believe this is one of the changes that will blow your mind. Of course, some of the other changes includes the Zoom app marketplace. I'm going to talk about that very soon. It's so many different changes that they have made, and they're constantly adding to it. Guess what? You guys heard about Zoom events, right? Have you heard about Zoom events? Oh, that's a very big deal. Guys, this is a completely different platform. Honestly, my first impression of it, unless you do a lot of events, I mean, like, you're serious about it. It's not a, you know, something you do because you don't got nothing else to do, but you do it as a serious part of your business. If that's something that you do, then you should seriously consider Zoom events. Okay. I'm happy to say that I am actually checking it out now. Zoom sent me some kind of pre-approval, if that makes sense, where I can get in there without paying all that money. It's expensive, y'all. Zoom events is expensivo. I mean, Monte. So they sent it to me so I can kind of check it out and tell you guys the lowdown on Zoom events. So stay tuned for that. Please stay tuned. But it's kind of cool. All right, so here is the deal. So what am I talking? Oops, what am I talking about right now? I'm talking about Zooming like a boss, leveraging Zoom to grow your business. That's my focus. And how do you use the waiting room? So I've given you some ideas here. I have used the waiting room ever since it was invented because I think it's brilliant. To me, why not? I mean, when I go to a doctor's office, I don't want to just walk right into the room and, you know, get stuff done. You know what I mean? I want to come in, calm down, maybe read a magazine, check out some guys in the waiting room, pull up my phone. You know, I want to get comfortable. So why not help your folks that are going to Zoom with you? Why not help them get comfortable, right? So here are ways that you can leverage your Zoom waiting room, because I want to make sure I go to 2:30. Okay. One way is resource download. So I'm going to do something. You might be hearing some noise. So I'm going to, oh, never mind. Resource download, because I have my fans on because I tend to sweat. So resource download is one way. You'll be like, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is you have an opportunity to write whatever message you want in your waiting room, right? Why not offer something that people would love to have, such as, I don't know, 5 ways to dress for summertime, to beat the heat and look chic all at the same time. And then I just made that up, right? And of course I wouldn't do anything like that, but I'm trying to make something up. And then folks can go to that site while they're in the waiting room and download it. What I do is I direct people to go to zoomqueen.com and download my free ebook all about creating a fabulous Zoom virtual background, as well as the equipment you can purchase to not only pull it up, make it look good, but stop the alien effect. So that's what I do. So whatever it is you want to do. So that's one way. It can be a resource download. Another thing is branding. You're allowed to put your logo or any kind of photo you want. You can change around the photos. It's up to you. Messaging, you can put whatever message you want in the waiting room. It's up to you. And that message, you may say, well, wait a minute, I have all these different types of Zoom. How do you can change it as often as you want. Of course, you're going to have to change it before you actually launch the meeting if you want to change the message a little bit. But I try to use a message that I use all the time. Peace of mind, y'all, for lots of reasons, because sometimes your Zoom sessions will go behind. And if people are in the waiting room, let's say you're running late, it's a good way to do that. Plus, I like to just do a whole production sometimes. Security protection, communicate a quick message to people you do know. If you don't know, just like you go in chat and you send a message to whoever else is in your Zoom session, you can also send a message to people in the waiting room. That's kind of cool, huh? So let's say you're doing a contest or you're doing hey, pick my brain. If you want to pick my brain, I'm going to let you pick my brain. You can pick my brain between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. And I'm going to give each person 15 minutes. But this is the deal. There will be no appointments. You got to come sit in my waiting room. You can do some other work while you're there. And while you're waiting there, I'm going to help that person and I'm going to do it in order. Hello. Okay, so it can be a holding place, right? Virtual lobby, as I said earlier. And here's the new part. Are you sitting down? I'm talking about this at all today. You can now upload a video. What song is that? I just needed to say it anyway. You can upload a video into your Zoom waiting room. Yes, Hunty. So of course it's pre-recorded. It needs to be 30 megabytes or less. That's about, I don't know, less than 5 minutes, something like that. Plus, who's going to watch you for a long time? This is not for you to do a presentation or a speech, okay? But something short, a nice little message such as, hi, welcome to Zoom Queen's waiting room. I'm going to let you in a few minutes. In the meantime, go to zoomqueen.com and download that free resource where you can create fabulous Zoom backgrounds and choose the best equipment that's not overpriced, and just hang tight for me. Get a drink while you're waiting. Boom, so just do a quick little message, record it. And guys, guess where you can record this? Huh, you got it right. You can record it right in your Zoom and download it, or you can record it on your phone. It doesn't matter. As long as it's an MP4, you can record it. You go right in, and here are the steps. Woo-hoo. Let me go to the steps here because I'm getting ahead of myself. I wrote them down so I wouldn't get off. All right, so you may be like, Marquesa, I need some steps, girl. I need some steps. I'm left brain. Give me some steps. So here are some Zoom waiting room steps. Step number 1, enable settings. How do you do that? Go to zoom.us, log into your account, go to settings, look for waiting room and click enable. Because if you don't enable it, then it's not going to work. You got to tell Zoom, yes, darling, I would like to use this feature. Okay. Customize it. What do I mean by that? Everything that I just taught you in the previous slide. Video, you can do graphic, messaging, all sorts of things. So you want to customize it because you can't just like, hey, Zoom, put this in my waiting room. You kind of got to go in there and do it yourself. Okay. Then while you're in the customizing your settings, I even went deeper into that. Add a message. Jermaine, you messaging me? No. But I did get to look at it. Add a message. Then here is the biggity part. Add video now of 30 megabytes or less. Okay. You can do a graphic or a video, but I think to have fun, add a video. But here is something that you guys may not know. And this is really important. That's why I like to test things out before I give you steps, because sometimes things aren't black and white. Hello, they're just not black and white. So what do I mean by that? Be careful about sending people to your waiting room if you're not live in your Zoom session, because they will not get the live waiting room. I call it the live. There's a live waiting room. And then there's, you know how sometimes you go into somebody's meeting by accident and they're not even in there, and it will show you're in such and such meeting room. If you are that person, log in now. In that situation, you're not going to see this fancy smancy waiting room. Okay. It's really ideal if you're live. So I had to figure that out. Okay. Here's another thing that I noticed that was quite interesting, that kind of blew me away too, is once you put your waiting room, once people come in and then you're live in your Zoom, and now they're entering your waiting room, it's going to be about 30 seconds. 30 seconds, give or take a second, but about 30 seconds before the video shows up. Yes, yes, isn't that crazy? So it's gonna have it's not gonna just boom show up, and it's in beta right now, so maybe that'll change, but it's gonna take a few seconds. I don't want you to think it's not there, it's not there. Give it a second, it will be there, okay? Then it will play, right? And then once it stops, the arrow is there in case the person wants to play it again. Okay. So keep in mind, someone tried to put like a little flash 10-second commercial in there. That didn't quite work. It needs to have some length for it to work. You know, it needs to be 3-4 minutes or somewhere in there. It needs to have some length. Okay. And it's there. It's so cool. And then you're like, is there any way for me to look at it? No, on your own Zoom, no, but there is a workaround. Go to your iPad, because I've talked to you about Zoom Mobile, or go to your iPhone, and then just pretend like you are a regular person. Don't log into your account there, and then literally go to your Zoom, type in the meeting ID number to get in there, or whatever it is that you want to, and check it out, but make sure that you are going in as nobody. That way you can check it out and see it for yourself. Yes, yes, here we go. Okay, so I love it. It's fabulous. It's cool. I was going to do a screenshot of mine, but I got behind, so I'm wearing this and I'm speaking. So it is certainly there. If you're like, Marquesa, can we check out yours? Remember, it's only going to work when I'm live. So if you want to go to speakism.com, that's speakism.com. Right now, you got to get on there before I get off, then you can check it out. All right. But if you do that, then, well, no, you may be watching me in a different way. So isn't that cool? You guys, hey, Larry, how you doing? So good to see you guys. Now, I did ask the question with all of my Zoom stars. I wanted to know, here was my question. How are you using Zoom right now? How are you? Did I just say that? Oh, good. Oh, people are checking it out. You know what? I may let you guys in. People are checking it out. I see 2 people in my waiting room right now. So they're checking it out to see if it's theirs. That is so funny. And just to be clear, I'm going to re-record that. I just needed to do something quickly. But do you see it? Like, oh my goodness, message me and let me know that. That is so funny. So people are actually going into my waiting room right now, which is speakism.com. Remember, I got to be live for that piece to show up. Okay. So I'm going to get out of this piece right now and go back to here. So I'm full screen, because now I've shared with you why you need to use Zoom waiting room. Now, before I go, I did ask those of you that were either on here via text, that means you're coming in this way, to Zoom with me your oh good, look at that, look at y'all. Let me see who's in there. Monique is there, Tiffany is there, Shamika is there, Audrey is there. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm addicted to people. I'm gonna let you in, but before I let you in, that is so funny. It's making me smile. You can tell I'm alone a lot, right? It's making me smile. I gotta let them in, because so stay there for a second. I'm going to do a test. So you see them in the waiting room, right? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to chat, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to type in, I see you, and I'm going to bring you in 1 minute. Okay, because some people just join. And so I don't want to bring them in before they've had a chance to do it. Now, I know you're thinking, but Marquesa, what if you get like 30, 40, 50 people? That's a lot to let in. There is a button that says admit all, okay? And I know some of you are thrown off by the buzzer that lets you know someone is in your waiting room. And you're like, oh my gosh, what if everybody hears that? You can make it to where only you hear it or no one hears it. So anyway, bottom line, it's not as hard as it seems. So I'm going to let you guys in so you can tell me what you think. Now, don't be getting on here saying you didn't see it. You hear me, Monique? You hear me, Tiffany? You hear me, Shamika and Audrey? Don't be getting out here saying you don't see it. But I'm going to go on and admit all for a second. But text me your thoughts. Text me your thoughts at this number, or go into zoomtogrow.com and write down your thoughts. I'm going to go back to this here, and I'm going to go ahead and bring some folks in. I just want to see what they have to say. I want to see what they have to say. Come on in. Come on in. I couldn't help myself. Hey, Larry, come on in. Come in. I couldn't help myself. So guys, unmute yourselves. Let me go to gallery view so my audience can see. Oh, you are in gallery view. Cool. So tell me what, Larry, you do got on clothes, right? This is PG, baby. Oh, he's at the swimming pool. Cool. Well, I wish I was at the swimming pool. Did you guys see the Olympics? Anybody watching whoa, Tiffany, whoa, did you see the whole, one of our US swimmers didn't win like she always wins, and Stella Australia swimmer won. Guys, the coach did this. I mean, it was really cute. Did you see that? Oh, and I just read on my phone that Simone Biles left. Yes, she removed herself. Yes, Tiffany, she removed herself. I don't know the details. I've just been reading it as I've been working, but my heart is broken because I watched gymnastics just for her, right? So anyway, I know you're like, Marquesa, this is not about the Olympics. Can't help myself. All right, so tell me, Tiffany, did you see my waiting room?
Yes, I think it's brilliant for hybrids, because you can instruct people, okay, hey, log on to this site and keep an open line of communication. I think it's brilliant. I'm going to use it for the next hybrid for our chapter meeting.
Wow. In case you guys don't know hybrid, that means a portion of your audience will come in through Zoom and a portion of your audience will be live in person. Brilliant, Tiffany. I love it. So Tiffany said, okay, sometimes people don't know where to go or if they're live, and then some people will still go on their phone if they're running late. So you can give people instructions. Very good. Yes. Okay. Larry. Yeah, go ahead.
I wasn't able to see it. So do I need to log out and try to go back into the waiting room to see the video?
Did you give yourself a few seconds before it came up? Because it did take a few seconds, right, Tiffany? For it to come up? Yeah. Did you give yourself a few seconds, Shamika?
I don't know if it was 30 seconds, but I could try again.
And then are you on a smart device?
A laptop.
Oh, no, it should work fine on the laptop. Yeah, it should still work fine. So go back out and try it again, Shamika. Try it again. Audrey, did you do it successfully?
I did not. I mean, I'm on my iPad and I stayed on, and I was on my phone also. So I saw everything there. I didn't see it on my iPad. So should I sign out and sign back in?
Yeah, only thing, and this is a question mark in my head, I would assume so. I don't see why not, but I don't know. Remember, it's still in beta. I don't know if it's showing up on smart.
I'm on an iPhone. It worked for me. It took a while.
Okay.
Yeah. So the video came on, but I wanted to get back to your live, so I shut that thing down.
Well, I'm going to sign in on I'm going to go to the computer. I'm going to go to my laptop because I want to see it because I think it's great.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention something really important. You got to have the latest version to see it. Yeah. So if you haven't updated to the latest version of Zoom, you're not going to see it. So Shamika.
But was there another version update since last week?
No, because you should be, guys, isn't it 5.7.3? That's scary. I would know that, but I think it's 5.7.3. Shamika, did that work or no?
No, it didn't work.
I'll
figure it out eventually.
Are you on Tiffany, what operating system are you using?
As far as, I'm not a Mac, I'm a PC person, and I
Okay.
logged into both my PC and using my Android phone, but she's witnessing latency latency and that's normal. It has to do with Wi-Fi. She's using a Wi-Fi connection depending on how busy she is around her. Think of Wi-Fi like water. And if more people are drinking from it, it gets less.
Oh, wow. Very good. Tiffany is so smart. Yes. Okay. Audrey, now I know it works on a Mac, so I'm trying to figure it out to see if you guys, I mean, we're doing troubleshooting live to see.
Yeah, no, I'm on a Dell. I'm not signed in yet, but just give me a few seconds and I am going to see.
Cool.
Because I have a PC, I saw it, and I'm like, oh, because I thought I would.
I'm on Dell as well too. So I'm on Dell on a PC and I have 5.7.4 Zoom that I just updated and it worked perfectly fine for me.
Oh, it worked perfectly fine for you. Good. Yay! Yay! Okay, Shamika. No. So good. So guys, yeah, go ahead, Tiffany.
If you're not having a problem, if you're having a problem with an update, I know this because I'm helping other people. Windows did a big update a couple weeks ago for security. You might be having a hard time with that. Go ahead and update your Windows. And if you're on a PC, please update your Chrome and keep updating those and checking every week, because after Kaseya, they're going to be sending out a lot more. Okay.
Wow. And so, you know what? I often forget to update. Just this morning, I literally gave my computer an hour to update Mac OS because I had a hard time with QuickTime. So I'm realizing, guys, you have to, in order to use this equipment and everything talk to each other, you have to keep it updated. Yeah, or keep your, you know what I mean, your software, what is it called? Operating system software updated. So this is cool. So how will you use it? Let me know that and we'll get off. How will you use it going forward? How will you use the waiting room? Just unmute yourself and share.
So for me, I moderate for other people.
Mhm.
So I find that sometimes when I know these little tips and tricks, I can suggest it to the organizer. Because I actually don't, I have a paid account, but I don't have the webinar on it. I'm waiting. My thing is, my anniversary is November. I had been on one of your previous Zooms and you said to me to wait, and then I can update with you and do your whole thing. So, but I had already had a previous account before I found you. So anyways, but so because I moderate for other people, I find that sometimes some of the suggestions I learned from you, I can tell these organizers, go into your settings and, you know, did you know that you could do this with your waiting room? Right? That's how I personally use
I
it.
love it. So
Until I can go off on my own and do my own thing.
so value added, which is great. Hey, did you know you could do this? Guys, that's leveraging Zoom to grow your business, because that meeting planner is going to see you as a resource. And real quickly, you brought up something else, Monique. Even if you have a current Zoom account, it doesn't matter unless you paid the whole year.
I did.
And if you paid, it depends on how recent it was.
It was last year, so the
it was a
anniversary
while
is
ago.
November.
Oh, gotcha. So, it's
So
coming up.
I think I had talked to your team or somebody in the chat, and they said, you know what, just wait it out. And I'm still getting, I'm in on your email list. I'm still getting all of your stuff. I'm popping when I can, when I'm not working. So yeah.
I'm so proud. This is so good. Good. How else will you use it? Audrey, Shamika, Larry, Tiffany, how I can't even get the words out. Anything else you're going to do now that this is out?
I certainly plan on using it. The first thing I'm going to figure out is to be able to first see it so I can have an idea of what it looks like, but I do plan on using it.
Okay, gotcha. And what I'll do in the group, guys, so make sure you're in the group and I'll send it to my list. I'll do a screenshot of it, but honestly, it's not, you'll just see a video of me in the waiting room, but at least you can see it a little bit. I wanted to do the screenshot before, but I got a little bit behind, but I'll show it to you to kind of see what, and you know what I'm going to do, Shamika, I am going to send a message because I have a direct line to Zoom for VIP support. And I will ask them, what's the deal if folks cannot see it? Is there something we need to know? So this is good feedback for me. That way I can go and check it out and then send it out to you guys. Does that sound good? Yes. Okay, good. So this is your homework for next week since you're here. You're like, really, Marquesa? This is your homework. I need you to test out a Zoom Marketplace app. It needs to be a Zoom Marketplace app. If you don't know how to get to Zoom Marketplace apps, Google Zoom Marketplace apps. And what I'd like you to do is just find an app, and then I want you to use it in conjunction with Zoom. Now, some of you may be like, well, Marquesa, my calendar is already connected. What I'm looking for is Zoom to get the Zoom apps to another level, where now you can do a full meeting in your particular Zoom app. So I'm looking for something that's different that wasn't happening before. So you may have to kind of check out the apps. One of them everybody knows is Virtual Background. That's one of the apps that came out. So you may decide, hey, I'm using this virtual background now. Whatever it is you want, but I love that because other people that are watching can see what you're using. Maybe it's an app that you never thought to connect. Okay, so any quick questions before we get out of here? I went over because you guys came in and I love people. I was like, I have to talk to Tiffany and Audrey. I had to talk, and Larry. I had to talk to you guys. So any either questions you have, or yes, go ahead, Monique.
I just have a quick question with this, and I might have missed it because I logged in a bit late into your YouTube, but this video in the waiting room, will that work on a meeting as well too? Because I had this client who they decided not to go with the webinar, even though we advised them to, and then they went with a meeting, and they wanted like a PowerPoint presentation sort of thing in their waiting room. Mm-hmm. And we couldn't do it. We were only able to put the logo. And I was just curious if it was just because it was a meeting versus a webinar.
Well, as far as I know, webinar does not have a waiting room yet. I think they have a holding room, but they don't have, or there's a way to do it, but they don't. Zoom webinar, as far as I know, does not have a waiting room. It only works.
It's only with the meeting, right?
It's only with meeting, yes.
Okay. But I know I had another client who was able to do a PowerPoint in the waiting room, and then we couldn't figure out how to do it.
What, did they do the
ourselves when we were doing it ourselves? So yeah.
Did they do the PowerPoint, or did they record themselves on the PowerPoint and put it in there?
It was just literally just a 3 slides, just cycling through on a loop.
They might have screenshotted it, screen recorded it, and then put it in there, because that makes sense.
Where it's a graphic, but a live, get out of here.
Hey, I would take your PowerPoints and then do a screen record on your thing and do it, and then upload it on there, and then you can give instructions. You can tell people where to go.
Instructions. That's what she was doing, was instructions. Yeah.
Brilliant. That's a great idea. Thank you for sharing that.
Woo! You guys, I know people are watching what?
I know. We're a little ahead of the game.
I know. You know, you can have graphics that talk. Pretty much. But if anyone wants to illustrate that, come back next week. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you, my Zoom stars. And I'm going to do the music out, kind of dance with me, and then we'll close out. Okay. Do you guys like my little song? All right, here we go.
How can you turn this thing around from darkness and gloom? Use the tools we have to let it drop and last. And pretty soon you two consume like a boss. Queen of the Zoom. How can you turn this
Thank
thing around
you.
from darkness and gloom?
So after it ends this time, we can go.